My name is Bob Dolan, and I am with Triax Technologies. On behalf of everybody at Triax, I want to say thank you very much for the opportunity to kind of participate in today's program. Triax is a company consisting of about 40 people in Norwalk, Connecticut, and at present, our platforms and associated safety sensors are being effectively deployed at about 375 workplaces across the United States and Canada, connecting about 90,000 workers, which has resulted in collection of data over 13.5 million man hours. We introduced a brand new product on April 15th of this past year called Proximity Trace. And since that time, we've been able to collect interactive data, meaning social distancing data, on over 7 million interactions since the 15th of the year. To give you a little bit of insight about who utilizes our platform, we are presently engaged with 7 of the top 10 ENR 400 and 13 of the top 20 within the ENR 400 across the US and in Canada. Proximity Trace and Spotter utilize a unique 900 megahertz communication platform in conjunction with our sensors and a proprietary communication protocol. The difference between the two products really is quite simple. Spotter offers a real-time robust mesh network that enables bi-directional communication between workers and construction management personnel. And these communications include evacuation alerts, worker-initiated alerts for injury and other emergent needs, as well as rules-based certification and access control components that play a very critical role in reduction of risk on a job site. Example of the certification alerts is this construction management firm can be, and safety leaders on the site can be notified of expired OSHAs, expired 4-hour scaffolding certifications, literally within minutes of a worker's arrival to the job. And that allows those construction management professionals to act quickly and accurately to rectify the situation. In addition, our platform enables the ability to push timely reporting, whether the cadence be a day, every week, every month. And most of this is facilitated by a simple 2-ounce sensor, which easily attaches to the waist of the worker. Our Proximity Trace product uses the same proprietary 900 megahertz communication foundation, and it fills a gap within the contact tracing on a job. As I mentioned earlier, in April of this year, and since April of this year, I should say, we've collected over 7 million social distancing interactions. The platform itself connects individual interactions on the job site within the workday. And we do that by enabling a ability based on signal strength between 2 sensors. So we can modulate that signal strength to get very close to or in or around 6 feet. And we aggregate the data of minutes spent in close contact and then push that to a secure cloud-based dashboard for potential review in case a positive case is identified. We do it by utilizing gateways, simple gateways where we place at strategic locations on a job site that allows us to capture the data prior to a worker leaving the site, but potentially before they may have associated symptoms at home. So should that worker have symptoms, they would call into their foreman, say, I'm not coming to work today, and you as a construction manager, owner, etc., would have access to the data relating to close contact of that worker. So we're able to quickly identify a few people on the job versus the entire job, or memory calling or individual's memory of who they spent the day with. So while we are not a real-time system in that case, we do provide very, very timely information. So why is Triax different from anybody else? Well, again, we utilize a 900 megahertz network that I mentioned earlier, which is in fact very, very unique. This provides our users a very low power, lightweight, scalable solution that allows us to monitor both small projects and very large projects where extraordinary visibility may be necessary, and certainly extraordinary communication protocols would be necessary. The 900 megahertz network foundation doesn't require Wi-Fi, which is critically important given the lack of technology and presence of Wi-Fi or other networks on a job site. And we make that accessible to users, pushing cellular communication to the cloud location. So we do not use any GPS. We don't utilize any need for Wi-Fi. In fact, typically only 15% of our network requires a dedicated power source. So the remaining portion of our networks are done with replaceable batteries with Spotter. So it's very easy for us to adapt and quickly build on a new build where the project progresses. We can maintain that 900 megahertz network by meshing it together, and as well as maintain the privacy of the workers because we don't use any GPS or app-based technology using phones. We only identify assets or objects when they're on the confines of a project site. So our sensor itself has really been built with construction in mind. The spotter clip, which is our standard worker sensor, is a IP67 rated lightweight solution for everyday use. As I mentioned earlier, the device has a push button at the base of each tag that allows worker initiated alerts, along with advanced safety sensors which allow us to provide intelligent alerts like automatic evacuation. We can push an evacuation alert to every worker on site that allows, with a spotter framework, that allows every worker to be notified that they need to evacuate the site without sending individuals in to both alert people to get off or go in to find individuals. The other piece is it develops a report that allows first responders to see who's been on the site in real time and where they may be floor to floor. We also have a intrinsically safe Class 1 Div 1 wearable that has identical functionality to the spotter clip and the form factor that's designed around and for classified hazardous areas. We utilize sensors called points of interest to communicate device to device or device to the network in the case of spotter. With mobile equipment, that allows us not only to report where a piece of equipment might be, but also who may be operating that piece of equipment and if indeed they are authorized to do so. The technology also is integratable through an open API. We utilize NFC capabilities. So Spotter is presently integrated with many other technologies, ranging from turnstiles to onboarding software to project management software like a Procore. So this gives our users the greater ability to leverage investments that they've made in other technologies and integrate that data into our platform and streamline a lot of other administrative activities and thereby save some time. So as an example, in the city, this type of technology integration enables us to help our users stay completely compliant with local law 196 and produce a certification report within a push of a button. We also provide real-time visibility, so I can tell vertically and horizontally on very large construction jobs where people are, generally speaking, within a zone. Again, important to note, we do not use GPS in any way, shape, or form. So what impact does Spotter have on real-time platforms, or what impact does Spotter provide? Today's world, mitigating risk is such an important part of a successful project. And so our ability to create increased visibility to job sites does, in fact, and we have seen it, reduce risk. Time and again, we've seen positive and heard positive stories about the impact of response time due to the push button. When workers have been injured, safety personnel have been able to get to them quickly and easily and allow them rapid treatment and return to work in a shorter period of time. We've also been able to see the ability to reinforce safety best practices by reporting near miss correct hazardous situations quickly so they do not lead to a potential injury or slip or trip over potentially even housekeeping issues. The biggest thing we provide is an objective database, and that objective database certainly helps in the investigation of injuries, as we know, generally speaking, related to other individuals on the job. So the data can be extremely powerful and very useful. And it also can create, beyond the safety side, some more efficient projects as well. We've got use cases utilizing our point of interest sensors on very large job sites and very small job sites. We've been able to tag individual equipment that have created efficiencies. We have literally tagged hoists, so helping a general contractor or a construction management firm schedule the hoist time more efficiently for both materials and people, thus maximizing the asset on site. From a standpoint of all of our sensors being light and lightweight, wearable, the proximity trace sensor is worn on a hard hat, so it integrates with the PPE already existing on job sites, and it does provide the worker and the construction management teams data they need to quickly act should a COVID case be identified. The access to really critical information really couldn't be easier because we are cloud-based. It's quick and easy to access through your password and PIN and immediately download data to sort and simply act. So in summary, really what Triax provides is a multitude of benefits utilizing either our real-time network or our proximity trace, which again is a gateway-based near-time network. We provide real-time visibility to the workforce on site and only when on site. The wearable technology provides workers a tool to proactively address safety incidents and seek help when injured, thus reducing response time. Our experience in working in construction and heavy industry and environments, we have a proven capability to scale a network that has resulted in improved management of workers, equipment, and providing actionable data around safety to reduce risk. In short, we continually support the mission for more efficient and safer job sites by driving data to enhance those two principles and put the data into the hands of the professionals in a real-time and timely basis. I'm here to answer any questions